So I was recently on family vacation in the very hot deserts of southern Utah, and I spent a lot of time getting hecked in Settlers of Catan. Also, I went pedal boating in this pond, kind of looked like the pond from Resident Evil 4, and I died a lot in DK Country. I was playing it with my sisters. It was a pretty good time. But when I wasn't doing those things, I was just sitting on the porch of the cabin we were staying in. But I wasn't just sitting on the porch, I was soaking in the scenery around me. It was like, you know, that one scene where Uncle Rico is talking about sitting in a hot tub?
You know, soaking it up in a hot tub with my soulmate.
That's kind of what it felt like to me, but I was soaking it up with the outdoors. I guess I just really like sitting on porches and looking at the scenery. But as I was sitting there on my butt cheeks, I got thinking, can you sit on porches in video games? I mean, do you have time to look around and contemplate and ponder in a video game? And the answer is yes. Yes, you can, metaphorically speaking. But before I dive in, let me explain what this metaphorical sitting on the porch means. So a wise man once said, "Don't forget to stop and smell the roses." Today we want to take time to appreciate those moments in games that you as a player can stop and smell the roses. For example, Bird Burn! Although this game is about slaughtering the reesty beasts of the night, or in my case, running away and not getting hecked by the beasts, this game is home to some beautiful moments if you take time to look. Like this vista of the Forbidden Forest. Even though it's not pertinent to my quest, I was struck by the view and found myself taking a gander for a spill. It even drew me into the ambiguous lore of the world of Yharnam. What purpose did these windmills serve? What was this world like before this nasty plague? There are several moments in Bloodborne that I found myself doing this. And the coolest part is that it takes nothing away from the game. It only adds to the overall experience. You know, a lot of times in games we just try to run and do the quest real fast, you know, get that trophy, get that achievement. But, you know, there's time for that when you're done pondering and looking at the view. The calm before the storm. I appreciate these moments very much, very much. Okay. Let's go. What are you doing? Why are you walking backwards, huh? This ain't no circus. And Bloodborne is not the only game that does this. The Last of Us, or Ellen Page's Fantastical Quest, has some beautiful quiet moments outside of the narrative of the game. When you're not shivving monsters and punching dudes in the throat, you can bask in the scenery that is all around you. It makes you think about the world that was there before the infection. And the same goes for Grand Theft Auto. Yes, this game is about stealing fancy cars and hitting people with them, and robbing convenience stores. But have you ever taken the time just to look at Los Santos? Drive slow. Take a nice stroll on the beach. Take a break from all the shenanigans.
Stupid dick!
Where are you going? Nature. And another one of my favorite sitting on the porch games is Shadow of the Colossus. You know, I'm not saying that the main game that you're playing isn't beautiful. The game all around is gorgeous. But this game is gorgeous, even more gorgeous if you take time to look around. Like, whenever I found myself riding my Bucky horse to the next, giant monster, I was often distracted by the views and the environments around me. Like, I loved those moments to take time to say a little prayer at the shrines, chill under a tree, or just look at the view. Heck, even taking time to swim with the little fishies. I know that the Colossus is literally right over there, but why not just soak in this beauty before I get hecked? I love these moments in games. It's games like this where I can really put myself in the character's shoes and really enter the world that they're in. You know, maybe I'm just weird and I play video games weird, but these moments are special to me. I know I'm not the only one that thinks this, you know, I'm sure there's other people out there, and my buddy Nick here, I'm sure he agrees with me as well.
You know, I would say that curiosity and exploration is something that we all need to do in order to progress and find fulfillment in life. In my experience, I have learned that as I continually search for meaning and take steps outside of my comfort zone, I can then learn how to enjoy myself and be happy. One of my favorite games of all time is Resident Evil 4. There is always a clear-cut path you should follow, but your exploration into the darker or scarier parts of the game yields useful rewards. But what about games that give you a break and allow you to take in the scenery? Sure, I mean, kicking a dude's head off is super satisfying. But I love taking time in the games I play to enjoy the scenery, to ponder how far I've come, and figure out what I should do next in my adventure. Like the bridge in Chrono Trigger, where there is a nice sunset, reassuring you that you're doing a good job. Or the benches in Hollow Knight that give you a little breather, where a friend might be hanging out with you as well. My favorite game that accomplishes this is the latest installment in the Zeldas, Breath of the Wild. This game is just a big old chill out and enjoy the scenery type of game. Along with a very, very relaxing soundtrack, there are countless moments when you can just sit down, take in the scenery with awe, and just live. The entire game is built on this idea that you should just explore forever and ever and ever without end. This game is an ADHD dream. Your interest is constantly piqued by little fluttering butterflies, small trinkets and doodads, and all sorts of other goodies. You're encouraged to get distracted, to explore, and to forget about any form, quest line, or path. As a guy that has trouble focusing, this game is honestly just straight therapy. I enjoy chilling out and just slowing things down. Life is too damn short to worry a bunch or just be a big douchebag to other people. So let's just all take in the beauty around us, yeah? As Bob Marley once said, let's get together and feel alright. So next time you're playing a good looking game, or preparing to kick some major ass, take a second to sit on the porch and enjoy the fact that you're playing some good video games. Like, share, subscribe. Yeah!